Corned beef, onion and tomato pie. You'll need a tin of corned beef, tin of chopped tomatoes and a couple of onions. Now I prefer to make my own shortcrust pastry. It's very straightforward and simple. Start off with the flour and then add the cold butter. I use the Maggi mix. You blend the butter and the flour to fine breadcrumbs. You take the egg yolk and add to the 50 ml of water and add this. Everything will come together and it just forms a ball. That's when it's ready. Turn this out onto a floured worktop. You form it into a ball, cover with cling film and rest it in the fridge for up to half an hour. And while this is resting in the fridge, we chop the onions up and we pre-cook these over a low heat, nice and slowly. When cooked, just put them to one side. I've buttered a dish here and floured it. You cut off a third, wrap it in cling film and put this back in the fridge. With the rest of the dough, you roll it out. I use a 7-inch flan dish here. Rolling the pastry around the pin makes it so much easier. Just let the pastry fold itself down into the pie dish. This is shortcrust pastry, so it's very, very delicate. Make sure the pastry fits well into the bottom of the dish. Using a piece of dough helps. Trim off the rest of the pastry. Using a fork, just poke some holes in the bottom. This helps to prevent the bottom lifting. Use a square of greaseproof paper and add the ceramic beads. Into a oven at 180, and I set the timer for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes it needs to be checked. If it's okay, you take the beads out and put it back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. Start off with the corned beef, use all of it, fill the pot. Then we use the onions. And last but not least, the drained tomatoes. Fetch the pastry out from the fridge and roll this to form the lid of the pie. Using a beaten egg, brush around the top of the crust. Roll the pastry on to form the lid. Firm it. Make sure it fits onto the pie crust. Trim any pastry off. Cut a vent hole in the top. This goes back in the oven at 180 for around about 20 minutes till it's golden brown, and that's the pie that you finish up with. If you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing.